Hi guys, James at Bespoke here, welcome back to another video, and this one is something that's been requested, but it was the one that was most requested by email, which is the Elite Force H8R CO2 Revolver. This H8R H8R Elite Force by Umarex, pretty much the same company to be honest with you. Very affordable these are. The Gen 1s had a little bit of a following, and if you wanted to get it as an adjustable hop, you had to modify it or buy parts from an external company or something like that. The Gen 2 has these already installed, so you've got a adjustable hop unit straight out of the box. It's the same H8R as before. It's the Gen 2. It's got a few little differences here with the Gen 1, which you'll probably see if you've been looking at this pistol, but they're very affordable at £74.99, I believe, up there on our website, and they have a very unique way of working. So you get them in a box like this, open the box, you've got a tiny bit of bubble wrap, and then you've got the revolver itself. Just take that out here, pass it to one side. Also in the box, you have your manuals and such, and you get two spare rotary style magazines here, or clips, or whatever you want to call them, and an Allen key for the hop adjuster, and then that is it. On paper this doesn't sound impressive at all, and what I mean by that, it's a revolver that's predominantly plastic. It's not realistic because it uses these rotary style clips similar to what air pistols use, and some air rifles. So there's no realism there. You're not loading shells. Like I said, it's plastic before, it's all moulded, but they come in at quite cheap at £74.99. Now the Gen 1 had its issues, of course, no adjustable hop unit or anything like that. With the Gen 2 they obviously listened and they made some improvements. What those improvements are from top to bottom I honestly couldn't tell you, because we didn't really have a play with the Gen 1s. I think the hammer and trigger are a slightly different colour, and I think the fibre optic iron sights are new. Obviously the adjustable hop unit's new as well, but I'm just going to review this as I see it, guys. So on paper it's not very impressive. It's a plastic revolver, no thrills or anything like that. It's CO2 powered, which usually turns a lot of people off because CO2 tends to be high powered. So it's all plastic, as you see here. You've got a metal hammer and trigger. You can fire it in single action and double action. The CO2 is housed in the grip, just like all revolvers. So you take the panel off there, and it has the key pre-installed on the grip panel there, so you no need to have an extra Allen key. You just put the grip in the bottom, put your CO2 capsule in, and away you go. Like I said, the hammer and trigger, metal components. You've got energy max 1 joule, so this isn't going to be firing hot at all. You've got some fibre optic iron sights, which are very nice indeed. You've got the adjustable hop unit, which is found on the top there. You adjust it with an Allen key, more pressure or clockwise for more hop. You've got some rail segments here. This is like a clamshell plastic design, but it's very sturdy. There's no creaks in it whatsoever. It's very rigid. There's no flex in it, which is good. And that's pretty much the revolver. Now the difference compared to a lot of revolvers out there in the airsoft world is this is not powered by a CO2 going through a fake shell. So with this, you pop this little lever up here in front, and then you can pop a little disc out which holds 10 rounds. You get 2 of these. Oh, just dropped it. You get 2 of these included in the box as well, so that's a maximum of 3 in the box. I know some of the US sites that sell these, they label them as you get 5 of them in the box, but you don't, you only get the 2. When this is got a CO2 capsule in there, whether it's got BBs in it or not, it is quite nice and loud. It's got a very nice sound to it. Like I say, you got the adjustment of putting a flashlight or a laser, a little red dot maybe, making this a little bit more. And this thing, for the quick playing around that I had with it before I chronoed and did the accuracy test, it's a lot of fun to use. And I know I say that about a lot of guns, but the amount of fun that you're getting for as little as you're spending, I would probably go as far to say that this is the most skirmishable revolver that I've come across in a long time. don't get me wrong, the revolvers, in terms of the ones that take the shells, whether you're doing the Chaparrinos, the Dan Westerns, the wing gun stuff, it's very cool. It has the realism there, and you'll get a lot out of it. So let's say you put 6 shells in, you've only got 6 shots, but you managed to hit someone with it. It's very rewarding, and the way that they reload is very rewarding as well for realism. If you love revolvers and you want a revolver, but you want it to be highly skirmishable, you want it to have good performance, an adjustable hop unit, to be very efficient on the CO2. This is one of the most efficient CO2 revolvers I've shot in a long while, if not the most efficient. You get 3 of these little clips in the box, so they hold 10 rounds. So you've got 30 rounds there. So instead of using 6 shells, you've got 10 rounds. They're very nice and fast to change there. And with how inexpensively these things are made, they're not going to be expensive to get more. So these have been on the website for a while. But this is a very cool pistol. I was very interested to get my hands on it. I managed to pull one out of the warehouse while we had some stock to have a play with, and I'm glad that I did, because I do like this, and I think when they do come back into the stock, I think I'm going to grab one for myself as well, because it's just very fun. It's very easy to use. It's very like, with the, let's say you go to the realism side and you choose a wing gun or a Chaparrino or a Dan Western, whichever your flavour is, you've got to go with the infrastructure is where you need to think about how you're going to load the shells. You're going to use speed loaders, how you're going to eject the shells so you're not dropping them out in the field. This is very much load it and forget it type revolver. It's great because you put 10 rounds in there, you're out in the field, you fire it 10 times, you're empty, you pop that up, take that out. You could have these very easily stored on your kit somewhere. They're not fiddly at all, they literally just push in, push out. So I'd say they're easier to reload than the shell type revolvers, unless it's like one with a speed load where it's quite quick. Very cool indeed. You know, moulded grip here. You've got the Elite Force logo there on both sides. You've got a safety. Oh. You've got a safety just behind the hammer. You can press that forward. Locks the hammer so it can't be fired. Max 1 jewel, as you see there. H8R Super Magnum. And then we've just got the usual German F marking. We've got some serial number here, Cal 6mm BB. And then we've got Elite Force just there. So very cool indeed. Now what I'm going to do straight away, we're going to get straight into this. I'm going to chrono it. I'm going to see what it's doing, make sure it's nice and sight friendly, and then I'm going to fire it at 15 meters, and we'll see how we do with this thing. Like I say, it's very, the trigger's lovely and light in both single action and double action. There's no reciprocating parts on this again, which should mean that it's more accurate. Whether you could put a suppressor on there to make it quiet. I did fool around putting some suppressors I had on the front here, just like sort of married up to the barrel, and when you fire it, it did suppress a lot of the noise, so you could technically put a small suppressor on here and make it quieter. But let's get to the chrono test and the action test, and then I'll be back on camera. 0.2 gram BBs, H8R Revolver, fresh CO2 bulb. So what we do, 10 shots. So that was in single action. Let's try double action, see if there's any difference. If I can hold it steady. Well, last one was out, but yeah, just under a joule, which is good. We have a fresh target. I've got a fresh CO2 bulb. I've got some fresh 0.3 gram BBs in the H8R Revolver. The hop, I have no idea where it's set, so I'm going to do my best. 15 meters, we'll see what we can do. I've got high hopes for this revolver. I'll be firing it in single action only. See how we can do. Let's take a spotting shot first, so I'm just going to aim dead centre. So we've got a bit of hop on that, so I'm going to adjust. The flyers were me, because I thought it was dropping as I'd set the bed the hop in, but there was a few on the bullseye. Hop set without, I reckon at 15 metres you'd have no drama getting every single shot in that bullseye, which is like 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. So this is so much fun to shoot. It's really weird. It's not realistic at all, but my god, it's fun. So as you'll see there, nice and sight friendly, perfect. Accuracy test, I did my best. I'm not the most steady handed when it comes to these things, and I am shooting them from, you know, a non-steady position. I am trying to hold it with two hands as steady as I can. And you know, we're not knowing where the hop is set, obviously what you would do in an ideal world, if it was a case of let's just get the best performance out of this thing at 15 metres, I would go outside with a bit of range, make sure the hop's set perfect for threes to have a nice flight path, then probably put a red dot on there or something, just something I can zero and make sure it's dead on. And then I pretty much guarantee you'd hit most shots in that black, tiny 2-inch black circle. So I've put a few bits on here just so you can get an idea of what this thing may look like. But I've put a red dot sight on here and a torch. Very tactical looking indeed, and it's still really not that heavy at all. What the red dot sight would give you is just something that's very much adjustable, where these are, you know, obviously fixed in place. If you really were going after solid accuracy, you know, at 15 metres, once you've dialed this in at 15 metres, there's nothing stopping you with a 0.3 gram BB getting them all pretty much in that 2-inch circle, which is very accurate indeed. You're sort of looking at about, you know, mouth size, so you'd hit someone anywhere on the body if you could see it. You know, slap some accessories on there. This is actually pretty cool looking. Superb pistol indeed. So if you're looking for something that's cool, works, it's a little bit different from your usual, if you're not into like the following the trends, if you just go buy like a G17 or something like that. It's inexpensive for what it is. You get 3 magazines in the box. Spares are very cheap. I don't think we've had those in yet, but we'll be working on it, trying to get those in for the next time we stock them. It's got rails there so you can slap accessories on. It'd be very easy to tap this, or just thread in a small suppressor with like a pistol adapter or something. Accuracy's brilliant out the box for the price. The functionality is brilliant out the box for the price. I normally try and find issues with these things, but honestly I've been unable to find an issue with this pistol. Other than the fact that it's that fun to shoot that you just tend to keep going and keep going. It's nice and easy to reload. The way that I was reloading these is I was just holding them up like that, just using a speed load to pop 10 shells, and then literally I pushed my finger in and just ran my finger around like that, and it pushed them all into place. I have tried dropping these when they're full as well to see if the BBs drop out, and nothing did, so at the time of me testing it. So I've had a really good bit of fun with this. It's something a little bit different for you guys, perfect for those that haven't got much to spend on a sidearm, but you want something like Revolver-esque and cool looking, but you perhaps can't go to something like a Rhino or similar wing gun revolver, where you need to, you know, obviously invest money in the shells and the moon clips and such as well. This is very much how I'd probably run one if I wanted to trial some people on the field, or just have something very unique. Perhaps get like a Kydex holster made up for it. You know, superb. So I'll pop a link down below. At the time of recording this video, on the specific date that this goes live, just keep that in mind, we were sold out. We just sold out at the point of me recording this. So fear not, we'll be getting some more in. So I'll leave that link live. And then if you are watching this a little bit further on in the future, just go and see the link. If you see it's not in stock, we'll probably be getting some in very sharpish. But I've had some great fun with this. It's been very cool. This is nice and easy to adjust. I haven't adjusted it for the review, but I've just tried the Allen key in there and just tried turning it afterwards, and it does turn nice and smoothly. Very impressed with this. A buddy of mine, which I think his Instagram is H8R Airsoft Sniper. He also does a lot of sniper stuff. He was singing this thing's praises when I was talking to him, and he's right on the ball with it. These things are absolutely perfect. £75, an absolute steal, I think, but perfect. And for this, a million of the standard bespoke items, you go to our website, bespokeairsoft.co.uk. Keep in tune for the videos. I've got loads of CO2 stuff coming up. I've got a really nice wing gun Mos in the Gant. I've got I'm going to do a more in-depth video on the Chiappa Rhino for you, because a few of you requested it. Wing gun Webley, because I think someone wanted to have a look at the CO2 revolver of that as well as some other bits and pieces. I'm going to take a look at the R603 from Army, because they were the first to sell out. We've got some more in, so we'll take a look now and see what's going on with that one. But thanks for tuning in this review. Anything you want to ask, just pop it down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, guys, and I'll see you soon.